Hello, my lovelies. Check in with yourself, see if you're supposed to be here. We are actually just going to see what you may need to know right now. I will have three different groups that you can choose from, so definitely check in with yourself and just choose a number between 1 and 3, whichever one you're drawn to. If you're drawn to multiple, then you're more than welcome to watch multiple readings. There could be a message inside for you. Please keep in mind it is a general reading, not a one-on-one reading. If you are interested in one-on-one reading, then you can check out the link in the description box down below. So we are first going to start out with group 1. I have a nervous system regulation deck. So let's just see what you may need for your own nervous system regulation. Okay, the first thing that is coming out, so we have Rove. Rove in the reverse. And that to me is telling you that you need to be going out and about. But listen, I want you to do an activity to go out and about, but also it's like tapping in with your inner child. And the reason that I say that is because number one, it seems as though you are staying in the house a little bit more than you need to be staying in the house. Or you may even be doing activities that, I don't know, they just may not be in alignment with you. Or yeah, I don't know. Those are like the main things. It may be like you're doing something that you actually don't want to do, but like, and that could even be staying in the house or I don't know, going out clubbing or something like that. And you're like, I want to like touch fucking grass. And that is totally possible for you. During this time of you exploring self, of you kind of tending to your own inner child, you're working through your own shadows at this time. I would say when you are going out, you are actually going to have some sort of revelation almost as to what you should be focusing on. Um, yeah, what you should be focusing on for yourself in this next chapter of your life. Like there is going to be some insight that comes in for you. And even here, like with the shadow, it's like it's all dark over here and then it's like it's like an aura, like a beautiful aura. We're also seeing those same kind of colors on this Rove card. And not to mention, I have on orange right now. The time that I'm filming this, we're going through the Leo new moon and the total solar eclipse. So with that Leo energy, there's the energy of being very confident, but I also want to say being confident in maybe social situations because orange is also a color that is very social. If you're looking to be a little bit more social and you're not really feeling it, then putting on some orange could definitely help. Could help that energy there. So that's what I want to say. Also, for whatever reason, for some of you, I feel like you need to allow your friends to be there for you, to show up for you. Allow yourself to be in community and be open to receiving community. Maybe some of you have like friendship trauma, friendship wounds, community wounds in some sense, or just receiving love from others has not been the greatest, or maybe you've even shed some relationships and friendships over the course of this year and you're like, I don't even, I'm just want to kind of want to stay in the house, like I don't even want to go out and do certain things. You're really being pushed and urged to at least go out. It doesn't even, like, just do something for yourself. Like that's really what is coming to mind, is just being able to do something for you. We're going to go in with the Lightseer's Tarot. I love how at the bottom of the deck we have the Sun card. More Leo energy. Leo is ruled by the sun. Sorry if that's loud. So let's see what else may come out for you. We have the moon. Wow. The fact that the moon has come out, and again, I'm filming this at the time of the Leo new moon. While this is a quite full moon, I really want you, and I told people, it's gonna, I should have already uploaded this video, but the video on Instagram where I am explaining the, it might be on YouTube too, but where I'm explaining the lunation and what all of these things kind of mean. So with a solar eclipse, you have the moon in between the sun and the earth, right? And so that is like the moon just sticking out and saying, hey, what have you've been like emotionally kind of like hiding from? Okay. What has been causing you to not move towards your own vision, whether it be some sort of fear or uncertainty or doubt in yourself? And with this moon card, she's like falling back into the ocean and kind of just like looking up. Like, I want to say stop running away from you. And do need to kind of face certain shadows, so to speak. So that way you're able to just move forward in a more positive direction for yourself. I think the biggest challenge that you could even be facing right now is getting over the hump of, I want to say, like it's almost like staying stuck in a period of solitude. And even if you're surrounded by people, it's almost like you still feel it's like you still feel lonely almost. And I wanna say that when you can feel that way, kind of like drowned out by your own emotions, and you're trying to find the light amidst the darkness. I don't even know what, like, I don't even know what I'm saying right now. It's like when you are I want you to just take hold of your life rather than you allowing life to take hold of you. Because right now it's kind of like, oh, I'm looking up towards like what I would want for my life, but I'm kind of just like I'm kind of just like falling back. It's like feeling as though you're kind of drowning in a lot of emotions and things. And I want to say that the reason it's also feeling that way is because you're not giving yourself a space to release any of it. You're just And if you are releasing by being out doing activities that you know aren't best for you, that's not a good release, babe. That's not a good release. So I want you to really keep that in mind. What else do we have? The Eight of Cups. So you need to, okay. You need to walk away from, now it's feeling like, yes, there was the social energy that was coming up. Again, I feel like some of you may be in solitude, and maybe you need to walk away from the solitude, but you're like kind of hesitant. And then for others of you, I want to say who you could be surrounding yourself with. I'm not gonna lie, because I also don't like this Seven of Swords energy over here. That's like a thief in the night. And initially, like, obviously I was holding the deck this way, so then technically it looks like the Seven of Swords in reverse, but like in the upright, it's kind of like there's somebody here who, there's a light, this light right here, this like moon energy, this eclipse energy. It's like it's you need to know that certain people do not need you don't need to surround yourself with certain people. I need you to kind of do an audit, because there is something that needs to be let go, and it could be habits and behaviors, but these habits and behaviors are low key kind of being influenced and brought into your life by people that you're surrounding yourself with. That could not be for everyone. Again, general reading. Take what fits and leave the rest. But there is a need to walk away because we have the Eight of Cups. However, this Eight of Cups was in the reverse position. You see how in the upright, she is releasing something and walking away towards her own light. This being in reverse means that she's staying stuck in that. She's staying stuck in kind of like a I almost want to say a cycle of repeat, because an eight is an infinity loop. The cups are about emotions, and even the moon rules emotions. All of this has to do with your emotions. It has to do with you getting back to truly you, and you can't really get back to you when you are staying surrounded by things that are not, they're not fucking beneficial. Now is the time to do an audit. And I know we're not in a full moon phase. Oh shit. I know we're not in a full moon phase because like we're obviously in a new moon. So it's like trusting yourself. And I'll be honest, I'm going to go ahead and give both the upright position of this Knight of Wands as well as the reverse position, because I am not sure which position it was in before it fell out of my hand. But what I will say is that I'm seeing two different outcomes that could take place here. I see, if you are willing, because we have if you've been thinking about maybe like horseback riding, or I don't want to say going to a zoo. Horseback riding, getting a dog, spending time with animals, getting a cat, maybe adopting. I don't know, just like there are animals that are coming out. And if it is a dog, dogs are very loyal. Dogs are very loyal. And you may be thinking, and again, some of you, not all of you, but thinking about getting a dog. And when you're thinking about getting a dog, dogs being very loyal, being able to go outside, you may be someone who's relatively quite adventurous. Maybe you just need to, maybe you've always wanted a pet as a kid and your parents were like, no. um, but anyways, I'm going to move away from that energy. But this Knight of Wands, I'm seeing, if you are to really do the audit to actually release and to move forward in the direction that is truly best for you, and doing all the other things that I already said so far, you are going to really just feel liberated. My word of the year is actually liberated. To feel liberated in every single thing that I do, because I just want to feel free. And in this image, she is free. She is enjoying, number one, I would say enjoying her company without being drowned out by all of the gray. Like, especially if you're someone who's typically like in a space of solitude, being able to be in your solitude and not feel lonely, but to like to be happy with being alone, not lonely. Like, you're not lonely. There's a difference between lonely and alone, okay? And when you're alone, you acknowledge that, like, yes, you still have people in your life and you love the people in your life and they love you and all of the things. You are just choosing as a person who is alone to really enjoy your own company. And I see that happening here. I see a spark and just like adventure happening. And also, if you do not do these things, you're going to be stuck again in a cycle of repeat, because you're not letting go of something that you also intuitively with the moon card know that you have to let go. And I know that this may seem relatively vague, and I know I've been talking for quite some time now. I just, and again with the orange, okay, I'm seeing there are obviously like two kind of storylines and scenarios that are coming up with this particular group, this group one as a whole. And it's kind of reminding me of like starting almost from square one, just because it's like not fully clear. But I think that there may be two people, this has two scenarios for a reason. So some of you are going to apply to one storyline, and then others of you are going to um have the second storyline, apply. But that is what I have for you. Please go out and do something that makes your heart just like truly joyous, and learn to be and enjoy your company. Really do take an audit of who is in your life, what habits. It also doesn't necessarily have to be a person that you are needing to remove yourself from, although with this orange energy, I'm thinking like it could be, but it could also just be habits and behaviors that are not benefiting you. And with the habits and behaviors not benefiting you, they could be brought in by you hanging out with certain people. So just keep that in mind. But that is all I have for you. I'm sending you so much love, and I will talk to you in the next reading. Mwah, toodaloo. Okay, hello, my lovely group number twos. Let's see what you need to know right now. I am filming this at the time of the Leo new moon and solar eclipse, so any messages that may be relevant for you at this point in time. I'm going to first go in with my nervous system regulation deck. I find this interesting because I am getting ready to shuffle, but I do have wash over and attend with the say card, which is the throat chakra. And so with that, I want you to be honest with yourself and allow yourself to be honest with other people. Do not worry about any sort of reactions that you may get from anyone if you are being open and honest, because the most important thing is that you are being authentic and true to you. Allow any of that fear and doubt to kind of just like wash over you and just move forward. You would have said your piece, and that's that. Now, for some of you, that may have resonated, but I'm going to go ahead and get the nervous system regulation. Oh, wow. So you actually have attend with awaken, which is going to be your third eye chakra. And then what the heck? You're getting all the chakra cards. I will say it would be in your best interest to, especially because you're getting so many chakra cards, it would be in your best interest to um do a like find a chakra alignment like frequency video online on YouTube and utilize that to kind of just like balance yourself out. Um, yeah. With this first card, this Attend Awaken card, that is your third eye. All right. You also have Attend Unify, but in the reverse position. This is going to be your crown chakra. Okay. Excuse me. So this is going to be your crown chakra. And what I find to be very interesting about this is that the first chakra card with the say, the throat chakra, that this is all like neck and above. Okay. So you have your throat chakra, then you have your third eye, then you have your crown. And what I want you to be mindful of, what's coming to mind, is to pay attention to your dreams. And the reason I say that is because of this just being very focused on the head. I would be very mindful about limiting any dairy as well, because dairy is going to cause more mucus production. And I'm thinking kind of like sinus pressure and sort of congestion in your face as well as in your mind. And what I mean by in your mind, it's like cloudiness. Okay, when you're eating foods that have a lot of fat and a lot of dairy and everything, then what happens is your mind can actually, by Ayurveda, your mind is actually going to start to become kind of like clogged. You don't have a lot of clarity. That's why you want to eat more like whole foods if you can. So, there's that. Again, paying attention to your dreams. If you need a self contained protection ward for your dreams and like to put underneath your pillow, you can actually add a whole star anise pod underneath your pillow, and it will help you with your intuition. Star anise is great for psychic abilities and intuition as well as any dream work. And again, it is a self contained protection ward. So it's going to ward off any bad dreams and really just allow you to have a more restful slumber. Now, with this unify and things coming in through to you, right? What I want you to make sure that you're doing is writing it down. Write the dreams down. That way they're not just living in your head, but they're actually going to be written down on paper, and you can do something called like post dictation and come back to it whenever you're like, oh, wait a second, like this looks a little familiar. I think I saw this in my dream, yada yada. And it's not meant for you to analyze in that moment. That's what the whole post dictation is, for you to go back. Okay. That's all I have. That's honestly all I have right there. There's going to be a lot of insight that's going to come to you, and I want you to be able to be very mindful and pay attention to it and write it down. Okay. Now, let's see what else you may need to know. And two, with it being this, new moon taking place about manifestations and visions, there could be something coming through to you. Ace of Wands, look at that, coming through to you. Um, that could aid you in this like vision that you have for yourself. So maybe you've been trying to figure out an answer to a particular question as it pertains to like, okay, what am I going to be doing next? Like, what should I do? What's the next step? Maybe you've had like a missing piece within like the project that you have um Yeah, you've had like a missing piece within the project that you are maybe trying to launch or something. And maybe that's even been keeping you up at night with this Nine of Swords here. That might be something that's been kind of keeping you up. And you're like, I don't know what you see that white bird, that one singular white bird. It's like, oh my God, like, I don't know. There's like one missing piece, yada, yada. That missing piece is going to come to you in a dream. You see with this Ace of Wands, these are your cards. Let's just, I'm going to get one more, but, that those are definitely for you. So with this Ace of Wands, that is the wands are going to be the fire energy. You see that fire, that flame that's coming in. Her eyes are also their eyes. I don't know, when in doubt, they it out. But their eyes are also closed on this card, and it's like, when you're sleeping, it's like, so that's something that I actually want you you need to, this group, my beautiful group number 2, you need to stop keeping yourself up at night, not getting enough slumber, trying to figure out the freaking missing puzzle piece. The missing puzzle piece is not coming to you in your waking state. It is going to come to you while you are sleeping. So that's, I can't emphasize that enough, if I'm going to be honest. And then the last card you have is this Eight of Cups. I will say, if you were at all thinking about group number 1 and you may have been torn between the two, then you can go back and watch group number 1. This card actually came out in the same position of it being reversed. And so with that, what's coming to mind? I actually want you, what's coming to mind is you need to forget about everything that you thought you knew. Everything you thought you knew about something, everything you thought you knew about creating in a particular discipline, everything you thought you knew just needs to be tossed to the wayside, because you can't keep going in circles. That's all really. You just can't keep going in circles. This Eight of Cups in the upright position, she's like releasing something and walking away. Okay, she has this, it looks like she almost did like a fire ritual of releasing something and walking away. With Leo being a fire sign, you could also maybe want to do a release ritual. And the one that I'm thinking of is, if you are wanting to get rid of like some sort of limiting beliefs, you can definitely write that limiting belief down, put it in a bowl, and safely burn it. Please, God, please just safely burn it. I'm just saying, at your own risk, but please do so safely. Okay. To release. And excuse me. Throat chakra. A release may also be, if you have someone around you who is doubting your own abilities, they need to go. That's not for all of you. But if you've had an inkling of somebody putting like seeds of doubt within you, I want you to trust yourself and trust your own intuition. And you can have a conversation about how you feel with that attend say card. And just because you have a conversation does not mean that relationship needs to continue. You make the decision that is then best for you. That's all I'll say there, again, because it's not for everyone. Now, yeah, there's no need to keep yourself up at night. Go to sleep, take care of your body, okay? Please. That is all I have. That's it. Okay, they said one more. This is the Emperor. The Emperor in reverse. And so with this Emperor in reverse, what I want to tell you is that you got to let go of the grind mindset. You keep thinking that you need more, whether it is more money, whether it is more credentials, whether it's more something. You keep thinking you need more in order to have stability. And the thing is, like, you're not trusting your intuition or even trusting the downloads that you're receiving. And I know it's like, okay, but I want to start my own business. I want to do things on my own. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I just don't, I cannot rack my mind like, what is next? I get that. But having the thought of like, I don't really know what's next, but then continuing to work yourself to death is actually preventing you from receiving what you need to. Your body heals when you go to sleep. Your body is working overtime during the day to keep you functioning, to keep you moving. If you are not getting rest at night, your body is unable to heal in the way that it needs to. You're going to be extremely tired. You're not going to, your sleep is like single handedly one of the most important things that you need. Because if you're not taking care of your body, babe, you're sending yourself to an early grave. Like don't do that. Please try to prioritize your rest, and to have a healthy foundation, because when your mind is clear, the way is clear. When your body is feeling good, you're able to move forward in a way that is genuinely best for you. You're able to make the decisions that you need to. I'm also getting like my light is possibly about to die soon. And with that, I'm thinking like you don't want to burn out your own light. You don't want to burn your light out, okay? Because we need your light, okay? Eres un regalo para el mundo. That means that you're a gift to the world, okay? And we need you here. So I'm not saying anything's going to happen. I'm just saying to be mindful about how much stress you're putting on your body, okay? That can lead to some sort of inflammation. And you don't want that. So get some rest, please. That's also going to be when your idea is going to come to you and everything's going to be smooth sailing, okay? So that's all I have for you, my beautiful group number twos. I am sending you so much love, and I will talk to you in the next video. Mwah. Toodaloo. Last but not least, my group number threes. Oh my gosh. I hope that you're doing well. I hope you're taking care of yourself in the best way you know how. Let's go ahead and get a nervous system regulation card, and then we will go in with a few tarot cards. Since I'm recording this during the time of the Leo new moon and solar eclipse, we're going to see what you may need to know surrounding this lunation right now. So let's first get a nervous system regulation card for you. Oh, babe, what are you not? First, okay, I mean this in the most loving way possible. You need to be exercising, okay? You need to be exercising and eating healthy foods. That is what is going to fuel you and allow you to move forward in your life and towards your vision in the best way. That way you have energy, and you're not feeling burnt out. But there is a connection between the gut and the brain, and between your breath and your brain and your body overall. And so you first have this deep breath card here. Let's actually do this first. We're going to breathe in for 4 seconds and then out for 5. Okay. So find yourself in a comfortable seated position or lying down, whichever is comfortable for you. And if it is safe for you to do so, I want you to allow your eyelids to gently flutter closed. And we're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And go ahead and do one last cleansing breath on your own. Don't even worry about the counts. And when you are ready, allow yourself to come back to this space and your eyelids to gently flutter open. I want you to know that that is a practice, breath work, taking a deep breath. That is a practice that you can come back to at any point in time. Okay. I feel like for some of you, there may be some big decisions that you may have to make soon. And there is a need to make sure that you're taking some cleansing breaths and to make sure that your mind is clear. I like to say when your mind is clear, then the way is clear. And also, you'll better be able to trust your own gut and to trust your gut instincts. If you are not sure how your intuition may be speaking to you, I want you to ask your body, what does a yes feel like and what does a no feel like? Typically, with no's, at least for me, you are likely going to feel a negative sensation within your body. Now, for me, that is in my gut area. For a lot of other people, it may also be in their gut area, maybe like a nauseous feeling. Maybe you even have like a presentation or something coming up. And you're like, oh my gosh, like this is like, I can't believe I'm doing this. Yeah, babe, you're doing it. Like, just take a couple deep breaths, allow yourself to just be a little bit uncomfortable for another 10 seconds, and just keep telling yourself that. Once you get the ball rolling, it's going to, like, you'll just be able to regurgitate whatever it is that you need to. Um, and so, yeah, that's what I get for quite a few of you, actually. And also, if there is a conversation, I feel like everyone's having conversations lately. Um, but it could be a conversation. It doesn't even have to be with a person. I would say if you are someone who maybe even you're like, I'm also seeing this in the role that I am in at the moment, right? Of like recording myself. You could be someone who is trying to be more front facing, or you know that you are supposed to be more like, camera facing, if you will, because also I'm attributing that to that role that I have, that I'm doing right now, because this is a sodalite necklace that is blue and this gut card is orange. So trusting your gut with what you should be doing as well, and taking a few deep breaths and just allowing yourself to be in that space and to just do it. Okay, with this Leo new moon, and there's going to be a video, if I have not posted it already, where I'm talking about the current lunation as well as the solar eclipse. And with this Leo new moon, you are really being called to allow yourself to be visible, allow yourself to be seen, and really step into that energy of being seen. It can be a little scary, but you also don't want to keep ignoring your own gut when you know that this is something that you should be doing. Okay. Now, I have the magician here. Crafting your own life. Crafting your life how you want your life to be. And that goes with trusting your own gut. Sorry if the shuffling is loud. Um, okay, we'll do one more. I don't know. This wants to come out. Okay. The first card, tarot card that we have, is this Page of Pentacles. And this Page of Pentacles is actually in reverse. Now, on the card originally, she is balancing on one leg the things. The pentacles are going to be about the material world, the earthly possessions, money, stability. And so maybe because this is coming out in the reverse position, I'm actually seeing, interestingly enough, I'm seeing that you're getting out of like the need to do some balancing act for people. Well, if that's not on brand with Leo new moon, then I don't know what the heck is. No longer doing a balancing act for other people of like societal expectations or what you should be doing. You're like, no. And maybe that's where it's like, okay, I'm scared to kind of trust my gut and to move in this direction, but babe, take a breath. Please take a couple. All right. Because you have, I feel like, tried to do this balancing act and kind of just be in a space that actually isn't even for you for so long. And now you're like, I want to live my life how I want to live it, as you should. And I know that can be scary because it's like a lot of uncertainty there of, hold on, it's a lot of uncertainty there of just like, okay, well, how am I gonna maybe pay my bills, or how am I gonna do that? How am I gonna do this? When you are moving in alignment with your heart, when you're going towards what it is that you genuinely love, the financial abundance is gonna come to you, period. And the reason I say that is because you are utilizing the gifts that you have been given. Do you know how silly it is to sit around walking around like everybody else? Societal expectations are actually fucking dumb because it doesn't even make any sense. Like these like social rules, so to speak, of like what you should be doing with your life and the path that you're supposed to be on, because no one's journey and path is meant to be the same. No one is meant to be really doing the exact same thing, because we all have gifts that we have been given by God, by the divine, and we're meant to utilize those. And so to not utilize them is actually doing a disservice, yes, to ourselves, but also to all of the world and humanity. You may be like, girl, it's not that deep. I promise you it is. I promise you it is. Okay. God did not just give you these gifts for you to just sit around and not fucking use them. And I think you're aware of that. You're aware of that. And you're like, you know what? I don't want to sit here and do all of this shit that like I don't want to fucking do anymore. I'm not balancing on one fucking leg anymore. I'm not sitting here holding on tightly to what I think is providing me security, when if it was providing me security, baby, I wouldn't have to balance like this. Not like this anyway. Okay? And you know what? Bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles. Hello. I just want you to know that is confirmation that you are moving in the direction that you are meant to move in. And also too, because you're trusting your gut and you're just like, we go from the Page of Pentacles of needing to sit here and do a balancing act to saying I'm going to go all in on myself. And that King of Pentacles energy, that's providing. I I he's sitting pretty, okay? Sitting pretty on a pretty penny. All right? And you know, there also will be some people around you, okay? A person, people, a pet, who has stuck beside you and has been celebrating every single thing that you're doing. And I want you to also make sure you're giving gratitude to people who are in your life and have been walking this journey with you, and who you have allowed to be on this journey with you. Okay. But you are going to be receiving all of the abundance from you doing this. So I just want you to have that as confirmation as well. And man, okay. This, and I promise you, I have shuffled this. I even shuffled the deck off camera. I shuffled the deck off camera. I shuffled the deck on camera because I will knock on the cards and, you know, cleanse the energy before going into the next group's reading. This Eight of Cups in reverse at this point, and it's funny because, you know, when you start seeing cards multiple times in a reading, that's actually like, it's of course for whoever is watching, but it's also for yourself. But like this Eight of Cups has come out in everyone's group now. In the reversal, okay? And so with that, all right, as you are moving into a space of true stability and honoring yourself, I want you, sorry. Thought I anyways, I want you to be sure that mm, because you have financial abundance coming in, and I know you're like a little hesitant just because it's like, oh my gosh, like, I think you might be limiting yourself in the sense of like how much money you could be making from you doing whatever you're doing. And with that, whatever you're betting on yourself to do, since it is bringing a lot of financial like stability, material stability, security, you need to get rid of any negative money habits that you have. Okay? You don't want to stay in a cycle of that, of repeat with not managing your money well, or not being a good steward. How about that? Not being a good steward of what it is that you have. Because in this upright position, This Eight of Cups, she's walking away from something. She is burning this. I'm always reminded of like a fire ritual. She's releasing that and walking away from it, right? Towards a much, much brighter future. And that is very much so you. However, you need to, if you are really wanting to go towards that success, you want to be able to not just receive the abundance, but you want to hold on to the abundance. You need to take an audit of what habits you have surround and any limiting beliefs you have surrounding financial abundance and success and material success and prosperity. You have to. Because if you don't, it's almost like the people who win the lottery, but they didn't prepare for winning the lottery and they were not smart with their money. So then they decided to just like then it's fucking gone. They weren't a good steward of what they have. And as you prepare for this King of Pentacles energy to come in, I also want you to make sure that you are practicing gratitude for what you already do have. That way you can make room for what is coming in. Like the God, the divine, is going to want to bless you tenfold. They're already blessing you quite a bit, might I add, but they're going to want to bless you tenfold because they know that you are preparing to be a good steward of what they are bringing into your life. And I'm going to be honest, I don't even think you're ready. Like, I'm not going to say I don't think you're ready. I'm going to say no, that's what it's saying. That's what it's saying. Sorry. I don't even think you are like mentally ready for how much abundance is coming into your life. And that's why I want you to kind of like get used to it. I want you to get used to, with the Leo, about like visibility and being seen. I want you to get used to being seen by God. Get used to being seen by the divine. Get used to them seeing you and saying, well done. You deserve celebration. You deserve this abundance. You deserve all that you're asking for and then some. And then some. Okay? Um so yeah, be a good steward. Practice gratitude, write down on your gratitude journal, and really, yeah, that's what I have to say there. And just trust your gut with your path, because this is already, it's it's coming. Okay, just keep on keeping on. Okay, my lovely. Wait, sorry. Don't stay. I I promise you, y'all, I shuffled this. I shuffled it, I promise. This Nine of Swords came out in group 2. So I will say, if you were attracted to group 2 at all, then definitely go back, watch that. There may be a message in there for you. But I don't want you to I don't want you to lose sleep over like, am I going to be able to pay this bill? Am I going to be able to do this? How is this money going to work itself out? Because you just have to trust in the divine. As long as you listen, faith without works is dead, right? Work without faith is the same damn way. You can't be doing something and then not believe that you are going to be taken care of. When you are acting in alignment with what God has for you, when you are utilizing the gifts that God has given you, babe, you're moving in alignment. Do not doubt the divine, okay? I want you to read Psalms 91, protecting yourself, your home, your assets, and when you are also through this new moon manifesting and just praying for the things that you want to come into your life, I want you to also not just pray for the abundance and the prosperity, but to pray for like being able to sustain it and to grow it from what you are receiving. Um, so yeah, that is all I have for you, my lovely group number 3. I'm sending you so much love, and I will talk to you in the next video. Mwah. Toodaloo.